recorded and summarized.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the May 5th South Plainfield Mayor and Council meeting. This meeting has been advertised in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-6, with adequate notice of this meeting being provided to the borough's 2 official newspapers and published on the borough's website. Public comments are pursuant to Article 4, Section 2 of the bylaws. The presiding officer shall limit such discussion to not more than 3 minutes in duration. Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll, please?
Yes, Councilman Benjavanga.
Here.
Councilwoman Faustini.
Here.
Councilwoman Mott.
Here.
Councilman Smith.
Here.
Councilman Bullock.
Here.
Council President White.
Here. Thank you. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance and the invocation by Councilwoman Mott.
Lord, we thank you for our many blessings, and we pray that you keep us all safe and healthy. Amen.
If we could just have one moment of silence. Most of you may have heard, but former Mayor Gallagher passed away this weekend. Thank you. Ms. Antonides, can you take us through a review of tonight's agenda, please?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, this evening we have the approval of council minutes for April 21st. We have the release of a performance bond posted by Silk Creek Incorporated. There are 3 proclamations, 2 ordinances on for a second reading by title. We have 3 ordinances on for a first reading by title, plus the addition of ordinance number 2352 titled An Ordinance to Amend Chapter 515 titled Development Review of the Code of the Borough of South Plainfield. We have 10 resolutions. We have no matters of correspondence, payment of bills totaling $9,277,925.40, and we have 6 matters for executive session, and we conclude with council reports. And that's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Council comments on agenda items?
Yes, Mayor, I'd like to table ordinance 2352 to get some more review on it and send some comments over to, I know Councilman Smith asked for this to be put on, just to send him my comments over the next week or 2.
Thank you. We have a motion to table ordinance 23.
We need a motion to table because it's not
We're just
on
putting
the
it.
agenda. It would have been a motion to add.
Yeah, we haven't even done the motion to add yet.
Is it on the agenda?
I
Well,
don't think it's on.
do we need to add it to?
It's not on.
It's not yet.
I was verbally,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I
verbally
apologize.
adding.
Okay, so why don't we first get a motion and a second to add 2352?
Or could we just not add it?
Yes.
Or do you
Let's
just
just
want us
not
not
add
add?
Don't add it.
We'll just do
And
nothing?
we will move the matter to the next council meeting of May 19th.
Sound good? Everyone agree?
Yes.
I'm good.
Okay, simplifies that. Thank you. Any other council comments? Seeing none. Public comments on agenda, on any items. Anyone who would like to address the mayor and council regarding any matters, including those items on the agenda, please come forward, state your name and address for the clerk. Ms. Boyle.
Debbie Boyle, Van Fleet. Just a reminder, this Wednesday is the Taste of South Plainfield at St. Stephen's Church on Lane Ave, 6 to 8 p.m. Thank you.
Anyone else? Seeing none, we have none online. Close the public comment. Can I get a motion to approve the council minutes of April 21st, council and executive?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Council President White, seconded by Councilman Benjavanga. Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga.
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini.
Yes.
Councilwoman Mott.
Yes.
Councilman Smith.
I have to abstain. I was not here at the last meeting.
Abstain. Councilman Bullock.
Same thing, I have to abstain, I wasn't here at the last meeting.
And Council President White.
Yes.
And that passes 4-0.
Okay, at this point, we'll open it up for a public hearing on the release of the performance bond posted by Silk Creek Public Improvements that did not occur to Block 388, Lot 10.02. Council Con. Hi, Mr. Khan.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Hi, how are you? John Kahn, Assistant Corporate Counsel for Silk Creek Inc. I'm sorry, didn't hear you.
It's okay. We're just going to open it up for the public hearing. If there's any questions, then we'll turn it over to you to address those. But first, council comments on release of performance bond.
None.
No.
Yeah, at this point, open up for public comments, again, for the release of the performance bond posted by Silcrete. Seeing none, close the public hearing. Sir, that is on later in the agenda, Resolution 25-173. So you're all set.
Thank you, Council.
You're welcome. We have 3 proclamations on for tonight. The first is Mental Health Awareness Month. Whereas the U.S. Surgeon General's report on mental health has concluded that mental health is an essential component of overall health and well-being, whereas for more than 50 years, Mental Health America has proclaimed May as Mental Health Awareness Month to raise awareness about mental health, combat the social fears associated with mental illness that often prevents people from seeking help, promote a message of hope and recovery, and celebrate strength and resilience. And whereas people with mental illness and addiction recover if given the necessary support and services in the community, yet many avoid seeking help due to social fears. And whereas the Borough of South Plainfield recognizes mental illness and addiction and acknowledges that many people remain unserved, this month we call attention to this so we can bring mental illness and addiction out of the shadows and encourage treatment, education, and support. We acknowledge that the greater public awareness of mental health and addiction recovery can change negative attitudes and behaviors. And whereas the Borough of South Plainfield stands with those impacted by behavioral health challenges and pledges to increase awareness and greater understanding of these conditions, we will work to reduce discrimination and increase appropriate, accessible support and services. And we will strive to promote a message of hope and a belief that healing and recovery are attainable. Now, therefore, I, Matthew P. Nash, Mayor of the Borough of South Plainfield, do hereby proclaim the month of May 2025 as Mental Illness Awareness Month and call upon all citizens to participate in efforts to increase awareness and better understanding of mental illness and addiction. Debbie's going to accept this tonight on behalf of Mayor's Wellness.
On behalf of the Mayor's Wellness Committee, this is part of our program, Doing Mental Health. And on the Borough website is the Director of Mental Health Services from St. Peter's with a podcast. Anybody can go on and watch it. It's 20 minutes long. It's very helpful, and it gives ways to detect mental health and other areas where you can go for help. Thank you.
Thank you. It's also National Poppy Day on May 23rd, 2025. And whereas the American Legion Auxiliary Post 243 recognizes and supports the importance of honoring those who have worn our nation's uniform, and whereas poppies are worn and displayed as symbolic tributes to our fallen, the future of living veterans and service members, and whereas at the end of World War I, the American Legion family adopted a poppy as the symbol of freedom and the blood sacrificed by troops in war times. The symbolic use of the poppy comes from the poem In Flanders Field, which movingly begins, "In Flanders Field, the poppies blow, between the crosses, row on row," referring to the poppies that sprang up in the churned up earth of newly dug soldiers' graves over parts of Belgium and France. And whereas the American Legion family has long utilized the red poppy as its official flower, symbolizing the blood shed by those who have served in our U.S. military, and whereas wearing a poppy will unite citizens from across the country who decide to show their patriotism. And whereas May 23rd, 2025 is observed as National Poppy Day in the United States, now therefore be proclaimed that I, Matthew P. Nash, Mayor of the Borough of South Plainfield, call upon all citizens to support the designation of May 23rd, 2025 as National Poppy Day, and join in observing this day to honor every service member who has died in the name of liberty, freedom, and democracy, while also showing their support for living veterans, service members, and families. Thank you. Wanna come up after this? You want to do both of them or come up one by one? Yeah, one by one. They overruled you.
Typical, right?
Everybody, keep an eye out at your local grocery stores in every town or any stores, because in the month of May, you'll see your veterans out there and auxiliaries, with their puppies asking for donations. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and it's also Military Appreciation Month, and whereas for generations, members of the United States military have put their lives on the line to protect and defend the United States Constitution and the freedoms we hold dear, and whereas the United States owes our servicemen and women an enormous debt, and government at the federal and state levels should ensure our veterans have the support they need when they return home to lead healthy lives and prosper. And whereas whereas our debt to them may never be repaid, it is a privilege of every American to honor the service and sacrifice of our veterans. And whereas in 1999, the United States Congress designated the month of May as National Military Appreciation Month to honor all who served and are still serving. And whereas the month of May also celebrates other military victories, sacrifices, and service, including Victory in Europe Day, Military Spouses Appreciation Day, on May 9th, Armed Forces Day, and on May 17th, and Memorial Day on May 26th. Now, therefore, I, Matthew Pinesh, Mayor of the Borough of South Plainfield, do hereby proclaim May 2025 as Military Appreciation Month in the Borough of South Plainfield to honor the brave men and women in the U.S. military. Thank you all. Mr. B?
Hello, I'm Adele Houston. I am the leader of Quilts of Valor for Peace Together Quilters, and we are here to honor John today. John, would you come here? This is presented by Quilts of Valor Foundation. We are an organization started by Catherine Roberts, who started this in 2003. So what we do is we award our veterans a quilt of valor to represent us, to represent the American people. And a quilt is not a blanket, okay? It is 3 layers. The top layer, could I have somebody come up and hold this? Sure. And make sure it's right side up. Yes. Yeah, take that out. It represents, the top layer represents different shapes and sizes and colors, just like our nation does, okay? The second layer is the warp, which is the support that we give you, because it is truly an honor for me to present this award. The third layer is the strength of the individual and the community to support you. And then the quote brings it together. So what we're supposed, when you feel like you have to do something, we wrap them up in our quilts. And so here's a little bit of the story I gave you that you may have, and you're quite welcome.
All right, I just want to thank you very much for
4 years and done any, and I just really appreciate this. Really freeing work.
We appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All of you. Three letters.
Still keeps you warm, huh?
It's upside down. So if anybody wants to nominate it, then you just go on Quilts of Power Foundation, and you can do that. They've given out over 300 quilts so far. Since
Awesome.
2000, 300,000 quilts since 2003.
If I started now, it's just. If I started now, it's just.
I have a question. So, Quilts of Valor, are you based out of a specific area? I'm asking because I actually just started sewing. Quilting is on my list to do, but it is so intricate and so detailed and challenging, right? It's something that I would like to do, or maybe members of the public would like to join in and work on projects like this.
Yes, that is possible, you just go online. My name is on the paper that he has, and you are welcome, well, I'm going to Wisconsin tomorrow, 3 months over. Contact First Baptist Church of Newmarket, Piscataway. They can get in touch with me, and I'd be happy to help you with that. They have a state coordinator that when a nomination comes in from the area, goes to the state, and the state then disseminates it to, there's about 5 or 6 groups right now that do that. So,
That's really great. Thank you.
you're welcome. It's an honor. It's truly an honor. And his next
That's fine.
nominated Bob.
No, I think it plugs in here, so it must, yeah, nobody's on. Nobody's on, don't worry about it. It must have pulled out of the machine. out of the- Yeah. Yeah, it's probably a little loose over there. All right, thank you. Thank you very much. All right, for final adoption, ordinance 2347.
An ordinance of the Borough of South Plainfield to amend Chapter 515 titled Development Review, Section 51, Performance Guarantee, Safety and Stability Guarantee, Escrow Fee for Inspection.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for final adoption on ordinance 2347?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Council President White, seconded by Councilman Benjavanga. Council comments?
Nothing.
This is for final adoption. We'll open it up for public comments regarding ordinance 2347. Seeing none, close the public portion. Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilwoman Mott?
Yes.
Councilman Smith?
Yes.
Councilman Bullock?
Yes.
Council President White?
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Thank you. Also for final adoption, ordinance 2348.
An ordinance to exceed the municipal budget cost of living allowance and to establish a cap bank pursuant to NJSA 48:4-45.14.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for final adoption on ordinance 2348?
So moved.
Second.
Motion from Councilman Benjavanga, seconded by Council President White. Council comments?
None?
None. As this is for final adoption, open it up for public comments regarding ordinance 2348. Seeing none, close the public portion. Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilwoman Mott?
Yes.
Councilman Smith?
Yes.
Councilman Bullock?
Yes.
Council President White?
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Thank you. For introduction, ordinance 2349.
An ordinance to amend Chapter 278 titled Laundromats of the Code of the Borough of South Plainfield.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for introduction on ordinance 2349?
Motion?
Second.
Motion by Councilwoman Faustini, seconded by Councilman Benjavanga. Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilwoman Mott?
Yes.
Councilman Smith?
Yes.
Councilman Bullock?
Yes.
Council President White?
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Thank you. Also for introduction, ordinance 2350.
A capital ordinance authorizing municipal building upgrades, including a new roof at a cost of $640,000 and information system upgrades at a cost of $60,000 in the Borough of South Plainfield, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for introduction on ordinance 2350?
Second?
Motion by Councilman Wolak, seconded by Councilwoman Faustini. Perfect. Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilwoman Mott?
Yes.
Councilman Smith?
Yes.
Councilman Bullock?
Yes.
Council President White?
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Thank you. Also for introduction, ordinance 2351.
Amending capital ordinance 2169 to now include the South Plainfield Senior Center parking lot in the Borough of South Plainfield, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for introduction on ordinance 2351?
Motion?
Second?
Motion by Councilwoman Faustini, seconded by Councilwoman Mott. Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilwoman Mott?
Yes.
Councilman Smith?
Yes.
Councilman Bullock?
Yes.
Council President White?
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Thank you. The public hearing for ordinances 2349, 50, and 51 will be held on May 19th, approximately 7 p.m. Can I get a motion for resolutions 25-173 through 25-182?
So move.
Second.
Motion by Council President White, seconded by Councilman Benjavanga. Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilwoman Mott?
Yes.
Councilman Smith?
Yes.
Councilman Bullock?
Yes.
Council President White?
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Okay, we have no matters of correspondence. Payment of the bills. Can I get a motion for the payment of bills of $9,277,925.40?
So move.
Second. Motion by Council President White, seconded by Councilman Wolak. Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilwoman Mott?
Yes.
Councilman Smith?
Yes.
Councilman Bullock?
Yes.
Council President White?
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Okay, can I get a motion for resolution 25-183, executive session, multiple matters of personnel and legal?
So move.
Second?
Motion by Council President White, seconded by Councilwoman Mott. Ms. Antonides, can you call the roll?
Councilman Benjavanga?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faustini?
Yes.
Councilwoman Mott?
Yes.
Councilman Smith?
Yes.
Councilman Bullock?
Yes.
Council President White?
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
Thank you. Councilman Smith, anything for us tonight?
Progress, man.
Progress? Councilman Wolak.
Just wanted to commend the environmental, the cleanup we had last week. It was great. Everybody was involved. It was a packed house. It was really great. Everybody did a lot of work, and I even got to take some flowers home for my wife. So. And with that, progress.
Nice. Councilwoman Mott.
Yes, Mayor. Again, spring cleanup was really amazing. I mean, the turnout, there was more people, I think, than at least I've ever seen. It was really nice turnout. So thanks to all of our volunteers, donations, TPW, the fire department. There's a lot of different people involved. So thank you to everybody. It was a really great event. Progress.
Thank you, Councilwoman Faustini.
Thank you, Mayor. Just a couple things. South Plainfield's Public Celebrations Committee is accepting applications for this year's Parade Grand Marshal until May 30th. So pick your favorite South Plainfield hero and please send your nominations in. Registration for the very popular recreation camps and our summer parks program is now live. Fills up kind of quickly. The early registration at the pool was successful. Our registrations are up this year. And finally, the Camp Legends program. If you're interested, I would suggest registering ASAP as the program is almost full. And with that, progress.
Thank you, Councilman Benjavanga.
Progress, Mayor.
Councilman White.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. It's always great to honor our veterans, but tonight was a little more special with that presentation. So glad that happened for Mr. DeAndrea. Also, I wanted to thank the mayor and council, as I do every year, for the mental health awareness proclamation. My mom suffered with bipolar, and I don't like to say suffered because she lived with it. She she was able to have a good quality of life and be a blessing to me and to all who knew her. But it was because she was willing to get help. And so I always say, it's okay not to be okay, but it's not okay not to get help. So you can have a great quality of life and be a benefit and a blessing and high functioning if you get the help. So for those who may be suffering, don't feel ashamed. There's people that are willing to help and able to help, and they care about you. Lastly, Mayor, I'd like to just announce that we're getting a crumble cookie location in the borough. It's going to be at Hadley Center, so they're going to be starting their build out hopefully
It's all
in the
over
next
the
month or
social
so.
medias.
Yeah. And then Sips and Souls, they got their change of CO, so they can start their build out over in Hamilton Commons. The coffee shop is going to go in there, the cafe. And then lastly, this coming Saturday at 10 a.m., we're going to be doing a ribbon cutting for Shinjuku.
Close enough.
That's good. It's pretty close. Yeah.
Shinjuku
Yeah.
Station revolving sushi over at Hadley Center. So with that, progress, Mayor.
Thank you. Went slightly out of order here. Ms. Antonides, anything for us tonight?
That's okay. Yes, Mr. Mayor. This past Saturday, we had our rabies clinic. It was pretty successful. We were really happy that the weather turned out to be nice for it. And we vaccinated 142 pets
Oh.
and licensed 114.
Nice.
So overall, a successful rabies clinic. And that's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Mr. Miller.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Just update on a few of the projects we have going on. We've just about finished the new roof on the senior center. There's some minor punch list items. We're out to bid now for a new roof for the municipal building. We're actually upgrading the lights at Borough Hall to LED lights. It's a project that Jimmy Patty coordinated to get these lights and hopefully get cost savings on our electric bill.
Nice.
We are also currently working on the lighting for the sports fields for ponytail, for baseball, football, and soccer. Hopefully that will be finished shortly, and then we're gonna start paving the road on Kenneth and the parking lots for those sports fields. That's what we have for now, and then the next road project will be South Plainfield Avenue. We just had a pre-construction meeting. That should start within a week or two, and with that, progress.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Cullen.
Yes, Mayor. We're, at our next meeting, we should be adopting our 2025 budget. I just haven't received the final budget examination comments from the state, so there may be some small amendments, but I'm pretty optimistic we'll be able to adopt our municipal budget at the next meeting. Additionally, the borough has filed a additional 25-26 CDBG application for a new vestibule in front of the municipal building here, and so that the front entrance should be handicap accessible. It should
Nice.
help with a variety of different efficiencies, and we'll see what happens. We think we have a pretty good shot. We're very good with the senior center roof. We've been able to submit all those invoices for reimbursement, and we've been reimbursed for over 90% of that project. Additionally, we do expect, we have an ordinance on tonight, there should be an ordinance on it for the next meeting, which will include the recent DCA recreation grant, and that'll enable the borough to do the parking lot, as well as the sidewalks and handicap ramps over at the senior center. So that should be on for the next meeting. I don't know if the chief was gonna say this, so I'll just mention it now. The work along Oak Tree Road is winding down. I won't say it's coming to an end, but it's winding down. And part of this wind is gonna be, as they get close to Case Drive, they're gonna flip over, and the water company's gonna work at night with the traffic and with that area. And by the time they get to Case Drive, they won't be in front of any residential residences. And they're gonna be doing that work and the tie-ins in the evening. And then when they go to Park Avenue, I think they go a few hundred feet in each direction. And that work is also gonna take place at night, because that intersection is gonna be significantly, I don't think it's gonna be stopped, but the traffic there is gonna be significantly altered. And with that, Mayor, progress.
Sounds good. Chief?
Mr. Mayor, just two things. The Cops and Bobbers fishing derby we held on Saturday. About 150 children and families were present. Just want to thank all of the vendors in town who donated to make the event a success, and our police officers, dispatchers, and their families who came out to support it. It was a great event overall. The second is Resolution 25-182 for police accreditation. This is something I'm very thankful we can get off the ground. It's been over 20 years since the department's been accredited. It'll help us to align with state and national best practices in policing. And half of this we're funding out of forfeiture. Over the past 2 years, we took a very aggressive stance on going after proceeds from criminal activity, and it allows us to, go out use it for stuff like this. So I do appreciate the borough funding the other half. Other than that, progress.
Thank you. Counselor?
Progress, Mayor.
Thank you. With that, we are going into executive session. We will plan to adjourn from there. Thank you, everyone.